Hello, welcome to Mojang's Better End mod. Today I'll show you how to get it. The Mojang's Better End mod adds exclusive content by expanding the end with new biomes, entities, structures, and bosses. And honestly, it looks really good. I decided to showcase this mod because you requested it, so feel free to ask for other interesting mods you'd like to see. Now let's explain how to get this mod. Basically, we go to CurseForge, search for Mojang's Better End, and click on Files. As you can see, this mod was created a year ago, with the last update being 7 months ago. We'll just go to Files, and it has 770,000 users. We'll go to Mod Loaders, select Forge, and choose version 1.20.1, OK? It's the only version that's currently available. Then we click the 3 buttons and Get File. We'll save this file in Windows plus R, C, P, Data, Roaming, and Minecraft, OK? And then enter that folder, look for the mods folder, and if it doesn't exist, right-click, New, and create the mods folder where we'll save it. Important, even if relations shows nothing, we'll need GeckoLib, okay? There's a guide here with explanations, but they're without any commentary, so I think we'll be the first to comment on it, okay? Here they also show us a bit about biomes with lots of images and more, so they really give us a glimpse of what the creation of the mod might look like. So anyway, let's get to it. Alright, first of all, we're going to get the mod book, okay? This mod is essentially an exploration mod. It adds several items, but it's important to note that it's really an endgame mod. Most of the items can only be obtained after you've completed the game, so there's not much urgency to it. That's also why Minecraft probably hasn't added an end update. If you've already beaten the game, why keep progressing unless you're a super fan like us? So let's start by explaining how to get the book. The book is crafted with 4 leather, a chorus fruit, meaning yes, you must have been to the end, and end archive book pages. As you can see there, these pages are dropped by Endermen. That means, theoretically, the normal Endermen should drop these types of items once we defeat them, right? There it is, see? Simply by farming them, we'll obtain it without any problem. And well, this book, as you can see, will teach us a bit about creatures, okay? And tons of explanations. It's really cool, honestly. Written in pixel art style. The drawings too, man, it's pretty well done, I must say. It is a bit hard to read, but I like it a lot. And well, just a bit of all the information and stuff. It's quite a unique book, I should add. So that's how you get it and how we can get started. Alright, how can we tame and fly with the End Manta? Okay, in the Better End mod. Well, this creature here appears commonly in the end, right? It's a creature that will appear, look, there's one now, see? And basically, to get this creature, we need to feed it with chorus tree seeds, okay? Each time we feed it, it circles around, as you're seeing, and once we've tamed it, it'll emit heart particles, right? You need to feed it quite a bit, as you've seen. There, the heart particles have appeared. Now, the question we're all asking, can we put saddles, blah blah? Well, the question we all have is, how do we get this seed? Well, it's much easier than it seems, and you find them on these types of islands, okay? Here, well, I guess they'll appear in more places, right? But on these islands, there's this block here called chorus tree roots, which when you break it gives you, well, tree eggs, okay? Or it can also give you seeds, right? Let's see, there it is. There, it gave me the seed, okay? The eggs? I don't know. Eggs seem to be just for eating. They don't appear to have any other use, but the chorus tree seeds can be used to make a seed on a stick, okay? This seed on a stick is obviously for riding the End Manta, which, by the way, is getting really crowded. Not sure why. Let's do it like this, okay? And now we can move it. Space to go up and control to go down. But if we go to Options, Controls, and Keybinds, here where it says Flying Manta down in the Movement section, we can change it. Flying Manta up, okay? I've set it to left shift, since control is for crouching. So if I press control, this happens and I dismount. Okay. On the other hand, this creature, if we feed it enough, can give us End Manta nectar, which allows us to make slow falling potions, or basically the infused bone meal. The infused bone meal helps us grow large areas of terrain, okay? I'm not sure how to best show you, but you can see when I apply it, particles appear in multiple places, right? That's because it allows us to do that, okay? Make that area of land grow larger. The thing is, in the end, not much will grow, right? I'm not seeing any way. Then if we defeat the mob, which, well, no, it's a peaceful mob, so we shouldn't. For a peaceful mob that gives us everything in the mod, it's a bit mean, isn't it? But if we defeat it, its drop is theoretically meat. Let's see, and yes, it just gave me obsidian. And what kind of meat? There, it gave us the other drop, which is End Manta chop. Okay, it's this food here, which I don't think can be cooked. You eat it, and sometimes it has a slowness effect, okay? So that's everything about the End Manta. Alright, how can we use Chatus logs and Chatus tree seeds in Minecraft with the Mofu veteran? These Chatus logs come from dry, purplish trees like these here, or from floating islands that have roots surrounding the entire island, okay? Well, actually, they're found right on the surface. I'm not sure if digging would reveal more. Seems not, right? So that means we have all of them on the surface. Well, no, if we dig, we can find some, but it's not very practical. I think they're all on the surface already, okay? So here we have what would be its roots. Basically, from this section here, we're going to obtain, as we've already seen, the chorus tree seed and the chorus tree eggs, okay? Chorus tree eggs are basically food, while chorus tree seeds are used to tame the End Manta and craft the cane itself. But also, if we use the axe, right? We can harvest its wood. Its wood won't give us anything special, just the wood item itself, which will unlock this new wood type that's no different from regular wood. But it's definitely fun because the mod adds wood material within itself, making survival in the end a bit more viable, right? I should mention this tree doesn't appear everywhere, but it's common enough that you won't have trouble finding it. Alright, this mod not only adds various woods and different mobs that we'll discuss, like Enderman zombies and others. As we defeat these mobs, we'll gradually discover what they actually do. We have many structures, okay? It adds a total of 13 structures, okay? So let me introduce you to the End Labyrinth from Modus Veteran. Basically, the End Labyrinth is an underground dungeon with powerful loot and traps, okay? We're talking, what kind of loot? We're talking about opening the first chest I find and discovering 3 diamond helmets, okay? Food like golden carrots, very potent potions, and a shield. So basically with the End Labyrinth, we enter here and need to go down, okay? We'll try not to trigger anything major because this maze is full of traps, okay? We go down, okay? So we're starting to find the first chests. Let's check out some of the loot here, okay? Ink pressure. We have this chest over here too, which triggers a trap, okay? Be very careful because it's full of traps. I feel bad showing you all the traps, but it's also kind of cool, right? Here we have another one, just like that, and there seems to be a hidden chest. Behind these blocks is a hidden chest with some pretty good loot. This always happens. It's all covered with pressure plates, okay? Which makes you lower your guard a bit too, right? Like, nothing will happen until, bam! Okay, there they just gave me blindness. There's a chest up here, okay? Just so you can see a bit of the style of this labyrinth, okay? It's a structure that frankly, Enderman heart, okay? Which we use to make the labyrinth crystal. The truth is that it's really cool, okay? So here we can get the Enderman heart and also something called the labyrinth crystal shard, okay? This is very useful for later obtaining this item, okay? To eventually get the Book of Void. But basically, as you can see, it's made with labyrinth crystal shard, Enderman heart, and poison pearl. And all these types of items, we'll be collecting them in this structure. As you can see, it's full of chests, right? Filled with chests and traps. Look, here are diamond blocks. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to show you this structure a bit so you can see the existence of these structures. There are also much smaller structures, okay? Just so you know, we won't be covering all of them, like this one here, okay? Well, wow. Enchanted golden apple and 5 golden apples. Oh my, they're a bit overpowered, but we are in the end after all. Here's another structure, okay? This house here, which seems to have chests with starfruit, okay? It's not a great looking house, but just to show you that if you wonder, how do I get this item? You probably find it in okay? In structure chests, you'll likely need to explore. Now let's move on to the next explanation. Today I'm going to show you the observatory structure, okay? To access it, I recommend, as you can see, it's very high up, so depending on your render distance, you might not be able to see it. For example, I was playing with 8 chunks and couldn't see it. I recommend setting it to at least 13, okay? I play with 14 to see it from a distance, so the observatory is a structure that has tons of frost energy shards and lots of drops, okay? In the center part, well, there was a cube here, okay? A frost energy cube, which basically lets us craft any type of item, like a guardian turret, guardian propeller, guardian armor boots, frost energy chain, and more. So in this structure, we'll need to find these types of mobs that spawn, like the Tower Eye Guardian, okay? Basically on a floating island, you'll find the Tower Eye Guardian, which can only be damaged with a pickaxe. We have the Crawler, right? It's heavy, slow, and has powerful attack. The Walker is common, has low health, and can merge with a Crawler to create an Eye Guardian machine that jumps, charges, and explodes when killed. And we have the Seeker, this one here, which are small flying enemies that repair others. If the player has low health, they'll attach to you and drill until they kill you, okay? When we defeat them, they'll drop frost energy fragments, as you can see, or frost energy shards. They can also give us guardian helix and other items, right? So in that structure, we'll be unlocking lots of items like frost energy shards, guardian fragments, and more. This will help us unlock many super advanced items from the mod itself. For example, the guardian turret is a turret with 120 health points and iron-like armor that basically attacks any nearby mob, okay? As you can see, it deals quite a bit of damage. To deactivate it, just right click, okay? And they'll basically drop as an item. Now, it also unlocks the frost energy chain, which basically needs an energy block underneath. We'll place it and put the frost energy chain on top. The frost energy chain has to be green. You can see it has a green mark here, okay? If it wasn't properly placed, it would be red. What this activates is a kind of tunnel that attracts nearby mobs, and there it is. It has a timer to pull all the mobs in, as you can see, okay? Obviously, this is useful for farming and such. Alright, and basically we have the Guardian Cannon here, which has different types of ammunition. For example, spiky frozen cube, okay? These are the cubes that basically just fire explosions, okay? Oh no, with the tracking bullets, okay? There we have it with the tracking bullets. This is done with the spiky frozen ball, from what I can see. Then we have the frozen cube, which is what I was saying. That's just a simple explosion, okay? And then we have the frozen turbine, made with the frozen energy pearl, which basically attracts all nearby mobs to where we've shot, okay? We'll shoot there, boom, and you see all the creatures get pulled in. So yeah, that's what this cannon does too, which has the following crafting recipe. And then we have the Guardian Propeller, which lets us fly effectively in all areas of the end, okay? This basically says, to repair the item, shift and hold the energy cube in your other hand while right clicking, okay? Understand it's this one here. I need to shift, meaning crouch, and right click, okay? There it is. And these are the items it adds. Obviously, for this we'll need the energy core, which we'll see later how to obtain. Welcome to the Archipelago biome, okay? And basically in this biome, the crestwings and crestlings will be spawning, I understand. Let's see, here we have the crestlings and there we have the crestwings, but I think they're like females and males, right? You've got low falling 5. There are also, as we're seeing, these bugs here, though I can assure you these crown squid are aggressive. They'll attack you and appear in more places. We also have the icicle fish, and they're spawning everything except there's a crestwing. I didn't make these appear. So yeah, this biome is found on the islands, okay? It's really cool, okay? They're tall blue islands with icy particles and they're made of cryostone, okay? This stone here that's supposedly slippery. Let's see, wow, it is slippery. Yes, 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 yes. It has decorative variant. There it goes, there it goes. They just pushed me, come on. And who pushed me? Looks like they're penguins, because squids attack me in close combat. Hey, by the way, you're getting a bit excited. I think it was the penguin. Just keep in mind that they can push you, okay? The icicle fish are large reddish males, and the females are small and purple, okay? They'll give us poisonous raw meat, which comes from these fish here. Then we have crestwings, which are penguins that glide and shoot freezing projectiles. They can be tamed, okay? You can tame the penguin. And what do you tame them with? Well, what we can tame are the crestlings, okay? These basically appear in the penguin nest, okay? Which is basically this biome here, okay? And these are the little critters here that we can tame with icicle fish fillet, okay? We can keep feeding them until we finally tame them. Fun fact, the icicle fish fillet has 62 saturation if we eat it ourselves. We're talking about the best food in the game, okay? Because 62 saturation points is insane. We can control it to sit, to wander around, to follow you, and to sit. Mother, I need to see this properly, eh? No, 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 don't turn your back on me, no. Oh my goodness, this is what being a pro is like, huh? This is truly being a pro. There's the next stick, okay? With this, it seems we can give it where it needs. Ah, no, 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 just like that. There's the crown squid ink chest, okay? You get it with the crown squid, which gives us an ink gun, basically a gun and harpoon, okay? So that's interesting. And there's also the crestwing armor, okay? I right-clicked and it seemed to equip, but I don't know where it equipped, honestly. I have no idea. I guess it equipped, but it's not showing up somehow. I don't understand. Well, basically this creature is going to defend us with cold attacks, okay? And we can breed males and females near the crestwing nest close to this biome to break nests and establish a domestic nest. So yeah, it's just another biome that gives us these guns and the harpoon, right? The harpoon, which I understand is exactly that. A harpoon that will let us lunge forward. Let's see, there it is. As you can see, it's pulling me. And then we have the crown squid, which recharges with the crown squid ink juke, okay? It's made like this. Basically, each reload gives us 30 bullets, and it fires with right click in a straight line, as we just saw, using 10 bullets per shot. I don't know how much damage it does. There's the little penguin. Let's try it on him, okay? Let's see. Boom. And it takes, well, it pushes. It's not so much about dealing damage, but pushing enemies back. So yeah, there we have it. All right, so here we have none other than the Bloodstar biome. Yes, I'm going to show you everything about this biome. In this biome, you'll see all these trees that basically give us star fruit, okay? Important note, within this biome, we'll find different types of mobs, starting with the most basic one, the starfly. If we defeat it, that starfly will explode, okay? So what we need to do is right click with shears and it'll drop what's called starfly jelly. And now if we defeat it, it'll give us starfly powder. All this is useful for making the starfly paste, okay? Also the star pearl, which I'll show you in a moment, okay? We also have the jelly, which we use to make a black wasp nest. Okay, the next mob is it's going to be the bloodworm. And as you can see, there are different, in the biome itself, there are these types of plants, okay? And this type of plant we might find isn't actually a plant, but rather a mob, okay? So basically, as you can see, we wake up the bug and the bug will come out, okay? This is basically a bloodworm that can drop anything these types of worms would drop, like scales and whiskers. We can use these to craft a blood bow and blood arrows. And basically, well, you can tell, I'm not sure if I can shoot an enderman with this. No, but we can say that what this does is give you the bleeding effect, okay? Which you can see they're bleeding. And I don't know if it reduces fall damage. No, okay, so that's good. On the other hand, this bug has the warp nest, okay? Which is this here. We're going to place it. It's a nest. If I don't drop it, it's this nest right here. This nest basically allows the black wasps that have this storage area behind them to feed on this bug, okay? As you can see, they're sucking the nectar, and from behind, there it is. Now it's loaded. See it? So they'll carry this blood here, and with the black wasp nest, we can see the amount of blood collected and more. What we use this for is to get the bloodjack with a jack. And the bloodjack is used to make both the blood arrows and the void glass globe, which we combine to get the book of void, okay? Also worth mentioning that if we defeat this bug, we get a drop too, okay? Which is this one here, the larvae, okay? Finally, we have this creature here, the no-mouth enderman, with 200 health that will give us the star when defeated, okay? Its star, which is this here, the stardust, which basically allows us to unlock the star pearl. The star pearl basically works like this. When you right click with it, it teleports you and theoretically all nearby players into the air. And basically this is an ideal way to escape from any situation. As you can see, it gives us slow falling for enough time so that we don't take any damage. And with this, we've pretty much covered everything about this biome. Also worth mentioning are some enchantments like exsanguination that basically increases bleeding level. Okay, basically for the bow, this enchantment here that, as I said, increases the bleeding level. And then we also have sparring, right? Which basically makes you use fewer arrows or something like that. So there you have it. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the moss islands. Basically, these moss islands will allow us to get the sport plant and also collect soulflower petals, which is this flower here. The soulflower petals let us craft bloodwood string and unlock the blood bow. We'll also find different mobs spawning here, specifically the Endermite swarmer and zombified enderman. They're hostile and will attack even regular endermen. And in these biomes, if you see a structure with this thread, be careful, it damages anyone who steps on it. As you can see, it's giving me poison right now. And on the other hand, this isn't a random structure, but rather nothing more and nothing less than an endermite burrow, which is what makes this biome stand out. We simply enter this burrow here, and as you can see, that's when all the fun begins. So here, as you can see, we have the spawners, right? Basically, this is AIA. From here, mobs can basically appear. These are actual spawners. Then we have the endermite eggs, which when broken can give us loot or spawn endermites or both, okay? And by looting the entire burrow, which as you can see is quite hostile, every cobweb will poison you, right? And as you can see, the burrow is gigantic, meaning we'll have plenty to explore, where we can find the crystal mite eye, which helps us get the endermite heart. Alright, within this biome we can find the endermite swarmer, which is what I was saying, that basically can drop wings for us. Look, it just did it right now. There we have the zombified enderman, which if killed by a manta, okay, basically will drop its heart. So that's pretty interesting. Remember that the zombified enderman won't drop anything normally. Then we have the adult endermite, this bug here, which is like a worker that basically when we destroy it can drop, well, it just dropped 3 ender pearls, but theoretically it can drop some. Let's see, well no, just 3 ender. And then we have the soldier, which is this one here, that if we drop it, if we kill it, okay, there it is. It drops the horn, and can also drop different items, okay? All these drops the soldier horn, swarmer wing, soldier, okay? This is from the soldier, the heart, Endermite heart, and not much else, okay? Everything else belongs to the queen. And well, inside the burrow, which is a bit confusing due to the creator's design, you might find the altar where we can summon the queen, the Endermite queen, okay? Through the Mite Queen altar. I repeat, it's a bit messy because this structure is huge, very difficult to explore, unfortunately full of cobwebs and poisonous bugs. It's really tedious. Look, I know this might seem minor, but having to search room by room only to find your burrow doesn't have the queen's chamber can be very frustrating and a somewhat poor player experience. Sure, there's tons of loot, but when you're already in the end, it loses value, and I think the real value of this mod is in the exploration. Well, the creator decided to make it random, meaning some burrows simply don't have this room. Before continuing, I wanted to show you what we can get with the Endermite heart, which is crafted using the crystal mite eye, a horn, and other items found in burrows. We can craft the mite spiker, which basically works when we give it heavy spike balls, okay? When we give it the balls, it triggers whenever mobs are nearby, okay? Right now, there's no mob. So let's place a zombie, for example, and there it is. It throws the balls and hits the mob, see? We also unlock the crafting recipe for the mysterious egg, which I'll show you what it does in the next clip. Alright, how can we make the Endermite Queen appear? And here we have it. Well, first of all, we'll need the mysterious egg, which is crafted with bloodworm scales, black swaps, maggot, crystal mite eye, Endermite swarmier wing, and the Endermite heart. The Endermite heart is made with crystal mite eye, which we get inside this structure here. The Endermite hive. Inside the Endermite hive, we're going to find this Mite Queen altar. So the mystery egg in our inventory will gradually open until we finally obtain the Endermite Queen idol. What the Endermite Queen idol does is absorb any negative effects we receive. Obviously, it will wear out over time and can be enchanted. You can enchant with the Endermite idol hunger, which basically absorbs negative effect. The better end biome adds many bugs that inflict poison and wither effects, making this tool extremely useful. Each time this tool is used, it will regenerate a bit of your hunger bar. Then we have saturation. Sorry, the idle hunger actually reduces the player's tool usage cost. Meanwhile, saturation will refill your saturation meter, and the idle experience will grant players more experience when using this tool. To summon the queen, simply right-click with blood. As you can see, we're changing everything's color. And now finally what we're going to do is place it, which also needs to be infused with blood in the center. And now we need to put in the idol, the Endermite idol, and basically, as you can see, they'll grab it and say goodbye because the spawn is coming. So there, as you can see, the Endermite Queen will start to appear. Oh my goodness, this giant bug, if I turn off the shaders, looks like this, so you can see it a bit better. It's quite an intimidating creature, really, and now we just need to fight against it. Once we've defeated it, it will drop the Queen Claw, Queen Scale, and Queen Soul. These items here will be used to craft both the queen size and its armor, which gives the user night vision and makes any entity within 30 blocks glow for 20 seconds. That's the ability. And then the other chest ability says, allows the user to fly freely for 10 seconds with a 40-second cooldown. Then we also have the scythe, which is very overpowered, as right-clicking makes other scythes appear. Important note, that creature drains health. I'll switch to survival mode, and there's the tail. It poisons me, does all kinds of damage, and it regenerates too. So it's not going to be fun, it'll make us nauseous, and everything else. As you can see, it also interacts with these infested blocks. We could break them before fighting her, that would be better, since she can spawn creatures and other things. So anyway, here we have the Endermite Queen. Good luck. I took away 20 health, and it nearly killed me. It has 300 health. Well, let me introduce you to the clock tower. This really doesn't make any sense anymore. I mean, I was covering this mod because someone recommended it and I've seen this massive structure. This might look fun here, but it's built block by block. How do you find the clock tower? Well, the clock tower, right? One way to find it is through another structure in the mod. If we remember, I think it was in the Observatory that appeared in this structure here where we found a map of the clock tower, right? So look, just like there was a paper, there was also a map, okay? Which we could use to reach the clock tower, or we can just find it randomly out there, okay? So we head to the clock tower, and basically it has 4 main towers and 1 central tower, got it. It's got a lot of guardians and a bunch of structures, as we're seeing. Look, here's a poster. This is a poster. Big painting middle. Yeah, man, he's made a poster, you know, okay? And the structure is gigantic, but as you can see, it has 4 towers, okay? In each tower, we'll find this structure here, which activates with a Foss End energy cube. let's see, we right click and theoretically a mini boss should appear. Okay, this is an eye guardian golem. Okay, it has different abilities like trying to attack us, generating crystals, and as you can see it's quite slow, so it's unlikely to hit us, but it will attack physically and such. I'm going to try to provoke an attack. There it is. It attacks us, throws us. Okay, there's a chance it literally throws us into the void, so we need to be careful. As you can see, that attack charges up quite a bit. Okay, so it's quite predictable. It also generates crystals like the one you just saw. I'm going to try not to die, but it's a pretty funny creature. It's true that I've already taken a third of its health. Look, there, it knocked me down. Okay, so you can see that I'm not lying. Okay, it can throw us into the void, and theoretically once we defeat it, we will defeat it, this key spirit will appear. Okay, this key spirit will automatically go to the center. It dropped old pages, as you can see, which are used to make the Book of Void. The engine core, which helps us make tons of items that we hadn't unlocked until now. Okay, and finally the clock tower clapper fragment, which we use to make the clock tower clapper. This will help us spawn the eye guardian. Okay, which is like the final boss of the mod. Okay, we just need to wait for this key here to get a little closer, and here we have the eye guardian golem, which as you can see I can't hit right now. So what should we do? We should defeat all 4 towers. Okay, that will unlock the eye guardian so we can face it. Since this video isn't about the eye guardian but about the structure itself, I'll finish by explaining a bit more about the structure. But as you can see, we have this eye guardian tower. Okay, be careful with these creatures because they have 75 health and can spawn other creatures. I also want to show you what kind of loot is here, and if you're coming here you better be prepared. Okay, there's not much loot really. There are bookshelves, but they don't have enchanted books or anything special. So if you're going to come here, remember this is the final boss. Okay, which means there's no turning back. Okay, so that's my coverage of the clock tower. Okay, obviously I've only covered it briefly. It's a giant structure, and I could talk about each tower and all their details, but ultimately there's a lot to explore and I'd rather leave that to you. Okay, so that's it. See you next time. Alright, how to summon and defeat the Eye Guardian Angel in the Modus Veteran mod. So as you can see here, we have an Eye Guardian spirit, right? This is a key. What we need to do is get all 4 keys. Okay, to unlock the 4 keys inside the clock tower structure, as you can see, each tower has this here, right? This one is already completed, but we're going to one that isn't finished yet. This side is already completed and it has 4 sides. Okay, for all 4 sides, basically what we need to do is take the Frost Dent energy cube and right click. Got it? And just wait. Okay, there it is. And what's going to happen here is a golem will appear. See, we have to defeat this guardian golem. All right, so we'll defeat it, and now this key will appear, which will go to the center. We'll do the same thing with all 4 sides. Okay, we'll take a cube. You need to be very careful because these creatures, well, I've covered them in the previous video, but these creatures can push you and throw you into the void. Okay, so you need to be very careful. The 4 golems are theoretically identical, so let's head over there. It's important that we right click on the key spirit. Okay, this makes it go to the clock tower because it seems if I don't right click, it won't go. It's not going to go there. Okay, if for some reason they get separated from you, don't worry, they'll keep falling downwards, so there shouldn't be much of a problem. Now we'll look at this item here, the mechanical frozen eye. Okay, it's crafted with the frozen mechanical heart made from guardian fragments, a refined frozen, an engine core, the frozen made with chiselé and such, and the frozen energy blocks. Okay, which are made this way, so it's a pretty high level crafting recipe. And now we should just shift right click on one of the guardian angel parts, and there we go. I just did it. Okay, you need to right click on the keys. Okay, let's see if it clicks. Effectively right click while crouching. Okay, and that's where the different statues will appear. Okay, it's like it gets unlocked, and now once it's unlocked we can put it on. Okay, well, enjoy this fight. This creature is going to be super difficult to defeat. Okay, I don't know, it can spawn these amethysts that you're seeing. It can hit us with its arms. Okay, it's going to summon a ton of creatures. I'm in full diamond armor. Look how much damage it's doing to me. Okay, it has 450 health. As you can see, it has a lightning attack it will use against us, and a ton of other attacks. Okay, which basically what they're going to do is make it impossible for the player to lose against this mob, right? I'm telling you, it's an extremely powerful mob. Okay, so once we defeat it, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but once we defeat it, we'll get the Eye Guardian Angel Eye, which we can use to make both the Book of Void and the Eye Guardian Hand. The Eye Guardian Hands, if we have the mechanical frozen eye, will allow us to shoot a beam just like the one it shoots. Okay, this guy, this beam is what he shoots, okay? Again, if we have the mechanical frozen eye, the firing rate will be higher, and wow, the creature really looks spectacular. And this creature will unlock more things that we'll see in a future video about the Book of Void. This is the death animation, so you can see it a bit too, okay? So you can enjoy that incredible death animation that the mod provides. And well, not bad, huh? Not bad at all, these animations. And ta-da, there we have the structure. What could it be for? Alright, let's see how to open the Void Portal. Here it is, Void Portal ignited. Requires Book of Many Souls. First of all, we'll need the Book of Void, right? It's this book right here. But it doesn't just need that. In one of these structures, in one of these towers inside the clock tower itself, we need to find a smaller tower, which is this one here. In this tower, if we get closer, we'll see there's a specific chest. This chest right here contains the clock tower clapper fragment. If we combine this with the other fragments that the golems have given us, we can craft the clock tower clapper, which is this item here. And what's this? Well, basically it's the bell. We place it here, and now we can ring the bell with its animation and everything. And finally, grab the Book of Void, which is this book here. Well, I can show you the crafting recipes for each item, like the Void Glass with the Star Pearl and so on. I've already shown how to get all these items, okay? The Broken Glass, we also have the Might Queen Soul, Eye Guardian Angel Eye, Labyrinth Crystal Shard with the Enderman Heart and Frozen... what's it called? Frozen Mechanical Heart with the Empty Mechanical Heart, Enchained Core, and so on. So we place the book, and while the bell rings, we'll crouch down and place the book, okay? Theoretically. Since you sent the Eye Guardian Creator's effect, I'm not sure if I need to break these amethysts. Well, I've tried everything. Theoretically, you crouch, right? And the portal generates. It's true that the version currently, well, isn't active right now. I right-click and hear glass sounds. Not sure if there's amethyst above. I'll try it, but honestly, it doesn't make much sense to me. Let's see, bell ringing. Nope. Hey, but basically it's going to unlock the Void Portal block for us. Probably a bug, but no worries. And this will be unlocking the Void Dimension for us. The Void Dimension currently has no content theoretically. Oh, look at these fish. They're in 2D. But this way we can see a bit of the mod's progress. You can even see the clouds. That's what I'm saying. This is in development, but you can see the creator's intention. It feels like I'm in water, right? Again, this is still in development, okay? I think there's one more boss in the game files. Let's try to find it. And it's this one here, the Reborn Lich, okay? If I summon Reborn Lich, it's this creature here, okay? 400 health. It already has a health bar, not sure if it has attacks. I don't want to mess with it here, although there's a... Look, Bull Boom. I understand that's when you kill it or something like that. Well, I don't want to spoil everything and give away the whole sneak peek, but this is what's in the game files. I mean, he showed this so people can get a glimpse of what's coming in the future. So that's it. I'm done covering this mod, okay? If I missed anything, I hope not. 1,000 thanks to the person who recommended I cover this mod. It's such a good mod that I want to make a surviving 100 days style video about it because I actually want to play it. Few mods give me that feeling, I have to say, but this one really blew me away. I don't know if I'm just having a good day or what. But anyway, I hope you guys like it, and who knows, depending on your reaction or if you ask for it, I'll see what I do. Please send me more mods like this. You often request the weirdest, worst mods. With all respect to all creators, but this mod is just spectacular, okay? So that's it. See you later.